And we got another work vlog, man. So, problems in our relationship, problems in my relationship. Um, yes, me and my woman, the woman I have a child with, we are 9 years apart. And we, she's Mexican and right? Um, I'm going to talk about the issues that we run across as far as us being 9 years apart, her being older than me, and then us being two different races. It's not even just that, man. We come from two socioeconomic backgrounds, right? We come from two. I've been, I mean, I've chosen to live in the hood predominantly, but I was raised like 50% in the hood, 50% in the suburbs. But most of my adult life, I've been in the hood, also known as the inner urban community. But that is not necessarily what I've always identified with. So that's that. Number one, um, personally, I think as far as with the age gap, I like being with the older woman for a plethora of reasons. Um, it's not like we have these deep. I mean, sometimes we do. That's how we actually started out, having these deep philosophical, theological conversations and shit like that. Like, yeah, that was cool. But at the end of the day, we have way two different spiritualities. And I mean, we were both raised in the church at some point. She was a lot more involved in her mother's spirituality and in church and things like that. But I think we both enjoy the dynamic. Like, yeah, it's a struggle for her. Me being younger, my sense of humor, the amount of energy, my mindset. Like, she's old school, where, like, me personally, I would much rather get a payday loan if I needed money. She would rather borrow the shit in cash. She deals in cash mainly. I typically try not to. Yeah, I try to boost my credit or do something with my money if I'm going to. I like to make my money work a lot more. Now, one thing about her, she's high maintenance. I'm not. I don't really care. I could go, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I could go months without getting my hair done or getting a haircut, which I don't need a haircut now because I got locks. But that whole, I think being high maintenance is you either are or you're not. But I think that's more so of a, I think that's the age thing. I think that's a generational thing as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but her being older than me, the challenges is like, of course, she's stuck in her ways in certain respects. I can't teach her certain things, and if I think something is abnormal, like for example, in my last relationship that I had with my ex baby mama, well, my other baby mama, she didn't really care if I looked at females when we went into public because she knew her ass was not attractive, and I wasn't attracted to her on that level from the front. So she didn't care about that. Now, which I'm gonna go into it when I'm explaining. Well, I didn't even explain myself. I just said, bro, I'm a straight man. I'm gonna look at females, bro. You're not the only bitch in the world. Like I could look at females if I want to. And she would be like, "Oh, so is it okay if I look at dudes?" And I'm like, "Yes, I don't give a fuck. I'm not your fucking dad. Like I'm not insecure like that. Look at her. You got a whole nother fucking kid, nigga. Somebody nutted in you. Like you think I'm jealous over you looking at a nigga? What kind of fucking nigga do you think I am? Like that's weird as hell." But of course, that she took offense to that too. Now, if I were to say, "Look, bro, I'm gonna look at females because that's how I've always been," it's nothing you could tell me. You're not my mom, bro. And it's nothing wrong. You need to get over your insecurities. Look, if your woman is in her 40s or what have you, excuse me, and she has certain insecurities, my nigga, she's not. That's who she is. She's not getting over that shit. Like I told y'all this story last time I went live. With my first baby mama, I boosted her self esteem or her confidence, whatever you want to call it. I boosted it so high that she ended up leaving me. The niggas that she actually was, uh, people were getting at her. She didn't believe it. She didn't. She just thought these niggas were thirsty because they're dealing with her or trying to fuck her because whatever. But I boosted her self esteem and her self image so much, she started to believe the shit. You know what I'm saying? But you have to take into account this is somebody who's been told that they are ugly their whole lives by their father. But so when a handsome young black man is constantly speaking this life into your existence and fucking you all the time and try to affirm to you that you're straight. You know, that might make a believer out of motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? Why is this screw not going in? God damn it! So that's one of the issues we have, bro. Just as far as me trying to teach her things and change her opinion on certain shit, a lot of times it takes a lot of effort. Now, of course, that's my role as her man to be her teacher. But it's just like, bro, it is a respect level because, of course, I'm not a mature guy by any means. I'm 34. I don't act like I'm 34, unfortunately, because I don't have a lot of crazy life experiences like a lot of people my age have had. Oh my God, bro. This is frustrating as hell. But as far as like, skip the age, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Us just having different references and experiences in life. I mean, I was born in 91. She was born in 82. I remember a lot of shit from the 90s, but I don't remember when Easy E came out with his album and all the shit that she remembers. Like, just because she was so impoverished, there's a lot of shit that she has not experienced that I experienced. I traveled a lot. I've been to like different events and shit like that that you have to pay to get into. I've been to like a lot of different states and shit, which I mean, there's advantages to that, but there's also advantages of being in one spot for your whole life, right? Now, the second thing is she is Mexican. She's very Mexican. Like, she was born over here. I think she stayed in Mexico for the first 4 years of her life or something like that. Spanish is her first language. I mean, yeah, Spanish is her first language. And the issue with any black person, and you could debate me on this if you want. Um, the issue with any black person dating somebody that is non-black is that black people don't really have a culture like that. Like our culture, and if you were to say that we had a culture, is based off of fucking slavery, which is not healthy at all. Sorry to say. But that's just the truth. Everything, a lot of shit that we do is based off of slavery, scarcity, and poverty. And when you consider the word culture, what is a culture? A culture is a set of traditions. Uh, a culture is an agreement on a set of traditions, language, food, music, dance. Niggas don't have that. We don't have traditions that are healthy that should be glorified. We don't have holidays. We don't have one religion. Like we don't have an identity as a people anymore, to be honest with you. So when you enter somebody's life, like I understand on paper what a culture is, right? But when you go to somebody and you don't understand that certain things are just that is just what their people do, like this whole yeah, I don't teach. I thought that was ignorant as fuck for everybody to say. I don't where I come from. You gotta earn respect. Some people really fucking think like that, and I think that's rude and it's toxic and it's stupid. Some people think it's okay for you to not say hello when you walk in the room or when they walk in the room or when you go to people's house. That is a cultural thing. That's rude as fuck and it's stupid to me. Like, why would I say hello to him? I don't even know him. Like, nigga, because you just walked in this nigga's house. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not saying all Mexicans think like that, but some people of the Latino culture do believe certain. Not to say people that black people just have the best manners or what have you, but like I did explain to Ale, a lot of black people have exceptional manners because we come from fucking slavery and servitude, my nigga. We had to have manners because it was life or death, and because we're competing with everybody else that's not black, my nigga. They have the advantage, so we need to be the most mannerable motherfuckers in the goddamn world just to be considered a human being. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that black guy had really good manner. You know what I'm saying? So, certain things, that's the issues that we typically run across. Like the level of not even the level of the level of maturity contributes to certain perspectives and things that go on. Like me, I wouldn't even necessarily consider myself a homebody, right? It's just the fact that I mean, everybody knows I had this situation for 8 years of my life, my nigga. So I'm kind of used to being in the crib. And everything I do, I could do at the house. Everything that I'm interested in is in the house, unfortunately. Like I do music and I do YouTube videos. I guess it would be cool for me to go outside and maybe go to a studio or go to people's houses and shit. But yeah, that's the thing too. I'm not saying that I grew up on the computer like these niggas, but I had social media when it first came out. It didn't raise me or anything like that. But even in middle school, I didn't even realize until later there were forms of social media. There were forums and ah, things like that that you could go on and actually communicate with people and have little fake ass little dates and shit like that. But at the end of the day, my nigga, that's the thing too. She cannot, or she doesn't. She does not um create content. It's not something that she's used to. You know what I mean? So that's a big difference, I would have to say. So just that, the age difference, the cultural difference, and like I said, black people not necessarily having a culture per se. We don't have a set of rules and traditions and holidays and a language. Like all black people don't speak the same language, my nigga. And even when I consider when I say black, I mean black Americans. I mean black people, niggas. Everybody doesn't speak the same. We don't have a lot of shared anything. You know, the only thing that we do is if we see each other, we nod sometimes. I mean, besides that, going to fucking jail. Like, unfortunately, everything that you might consider a tradition or a culture is fucking, it's rooted in toxicity. It's rooted in slavery, prison, or being oppressed in some form. Which, not to say, because it came from negativity, is not a culture. But yeah, it is, but it's not. I don't want that. That's some bullshit. But those are the issues that we typically run across, just us both being bullheaded. She's thinking that she knows fucking everything because she's 9 years older than me, not trusting certain things, trying to do things traditionally, more personally, and unfortunately, I'm not really a personable type of guy anymore. You know, like it's kind of funny because it's kind of the roles are reversed. Like usually, you might think that somebody who is older has more damage and they don't want to socialize and they just have a fucked up view on people and society in general and they're in their own bubble and they don't trust people. No, that would be that would describe more so myself. But that's because I was actually in the street though. That's because I was living a criminal lifestyle every day at some point. That's why. But she just has this happy go lucky. I just want to socialize and be friendly. I'm not a friendly, I mean, I can be. I'll turn it on and off, but I'm not a social butterfly. I've been damaged to the point where it's like that doesn't interest me. And if I do try to socialize with a motherfucker, I'm gonna get some money out of shit. I'm not just gonna be talking to be talking. You know, I was always taught that that's a bitch trait anyway. Just talking to be talking, you're not saying shit. We're not learning anything. We're not gaining anything from this conversation. I just was always thought that's bitchy. Just this is the fucking hardest part of this goddamn life, man. You're just talking to be talking. But yeah, that's where most of it comes from. It's pretty because I'll post some shit on social media and people like, oh, blacks and Mexicans don't belong with each other because of the cultural differences. I understand somebody who is like super like you don't even know the language type of Mexican and somebody who's black who has never been outside of their own neighborhood, never interacted with anybody really typically but black people. I understand that. But that's not the type of guy I am. What the fuck? Hold on, let me see. Oh, is this too tight? Shit's annoying, man. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I have a homeboy named Thirsty, which his wife is Caucasian. His wife is Caucasian, and I asked him like, I'm not necessarily, I don't knock it, whatever. But when's the last time you dated a black chick? And he was like, bro, I typically don't date black women because it's boring. We already know everything about how we grew up. We already, that's more predictable. He basically said, and his wife is actually from France, born and raised in France. He said basically, with her, I get to learn something new every day. I get to experience a new, different culture every day. It never gets boring, and I don't have to deal with certain type of traumas that black women have experienced. Is this on here? Man, come on. This shit, you're being difficult, man. Which is something that I've explained to Ali as well. The shit, the things that you're gonna put me through, I'm not gonna experience with a black female. Not to say I don't like black women, because that's not a thing. But I think it's cool. But it's just certain things I don't want to have to experience that comes from slavery. Yeah.